Good afternoon, Araceli. Today we are going to talk about the importance of collaborative work as the tool to promote academic honesty and prevent plagiarism.
Good afternoon, Bruno. Yes, this is very important topic in academic life. Many students think that working in groups only means dividing the task, but collaborating work is much more than that.
Exactly. From my point of view, collaborating work means sharing ideas, discussing information, checking sources, and building knowledge together. When students work correctly as a team, they can learn better and avoid dishonest practices.
I agree academic honesty means respecting the ideas of others and also being responsibly with our own work. For example, if we use information from a book, article, website, or even an artificial intelligence tool, we must mention the source and explain the idea with our own words.
That's true. Plagiarism happens when students copy information and present it as if it were original. Sometimes plagiarism is intentional, but sometimes it happens because students do not know how to cite it, paraphrase, or organize their information.
Yes, and that is where collaborative work can help. In a good team, members can review each other work. For example, one student can write a paragraph, another student can check if the information is properly cited, and other student can verify if the idea is clear and original.
A good example is when a group prepares research project. If one member copies a paragraph from the internet without citation, the rest of the team should not ignore it. They should say, this part needs a reference, or we should rewrite the idea in our words. That is teamwork with responsibility.
Exactly. It is not about blaming a classmate. It is about helping the group improve. Honest collaboration create truths. When all members participate, the final works become stronger because it includes different perspectives.
Also, collaborative work helps students develop critical thinking. When we discuss topic with classmates, we do not just copy information. We compare ideas, ask questions, and decide which information is really useful. This process reduces plagiarism because students understand the topic better.
That is a very good point. If a student understands the content, it is easier to explain it with personal work. But if a student does not understand, copying becomes a temptation, so collaboration can also be a learning strategy.
Now, let's mention some strategies to collaborate honestly. First, the group should create a work plan. Each member must know their role: who researches for information, who writes, who checks the reference, who prepares the info presentation, and who reviews the final document.
Second, the group should use shared documents like Google Docs or Microsoft Word online. These tools help because everyone can see the change, comments, and contributions. This makes the process more transparent.
Third, students should use reliable resources, for example, academic books, scientific articles, university documents, and official websites. Not everything on the internet is correct, so the team must evaluate the quality of the information.
For it is important to see the source correctly. The group can use citation styles such as API, MLA, or the format required by the teacher. Citation show respect for the authors and give credibility to the academic work.
Another strategy is peer review. Before submitting the assignment, the group should read the complete work together. They can ask questions like, is this idea original? Did we cite these sources? Is this paragraph too similar to the website? Does the conclusion really represent our own analysis?
I also think that communication is essential. Sometimes plagiarism appears because one student does everything at the last minute. If the groups communicate early, they can solve problems before the deadline.
Yes, time management is very important. A group that starts early has more time to research, discuss, write correct, and cite properly. But a group that works in a hurry may make more mistakes or copy information without thinking.
We can also mention artificial intelligence. Uh, Tools can help students organize ideas, correct grammar, or understand a topic. However, students should not use to replace their own work. They must analyze, verify, and personalize the information.
I agree. Uh, AI can be a support tool, but academic honestly requires human responsibility. The student must understand why they present. If a teacher asks questions, the student should be able to explain to work clearly.
So, our first group conclusion is that collaborative work promotes academic honesty because it encourages responsibility, communication, and mutual review.
Our second conclusion is that collaboration helps prevent plagiarism because team members can check sources, improve paraphrasing, and identify copy information before submitting the assignment.
Our third conclusion is that honest teamwork prepares students for professional life. In real job, people must work with other respect roles, give credit, and make ethical decisions.
And finally, we can say that collaborating work is not only about finishing an assignment, it is about learning together, respecting knowledge, and developing academic integrity.
Exactly. When students collaborate, we honestly, they do not only get better grades, they also become better professionals and better people.
Thank you, Araceli. This conversation helped us to understand the academic honesty is shared responsibility
Thank you,
Sorry.
Bruno. I hope our classmate understand that collaboration is one of the best ways to learn and to about pleasures.
Thank you.
Thank you.